No worries.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eric. So today here in India, we have a very grand festival called Diwali. It's a festival of lights. So we wish you and your family a happy Diwali.
And the same to all of you.
Thank you. All right. So guys, we are all set to start our today's session. So last week we have completed our first session of this series, which is on personal branding, knows no boundaries, where Eric shared his journey, how he get started and get involved in this Salesforce ecosystem, and how Eric become the Kevin Bacon of Salesforce ecosystem. So, but today, this is the last session of this series, and topic is totally on if you want to more sales, then you have to add some diversity in your workforce. So today Eric will explain what's the importance of diversity in your workforce. And so today, as you know, we have all Diwali, and without gifts there is no Diwali in India. So that's why uh, we have added one session at this Diwali day, so that with through this session we can send some gifts and some swags to our participants, because all of you only this impact Salesforce series is successful as so far. So thank you so much for all your support and contribution toward this initiative. So guys, at the end of this session, as usually, we will conduct a Kahoot quiz, and then top three or five participants, we will decide, and they will get some cool swags from New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. But in a mean, we have few rules. First of all, you have to be participate in Kahoot quiz, and then also you have to share about this series on LinkedIn and Twitter with the hashtag Impact Salesforce Saturday, and you can tag. You also have to tag New Delhi Twitter handle @New Delhi and hashtag New Delhi, and don't forget to tag Eric as well, because this session is only possible with the help of Eric only. Without Eric, it's not going to be happen. So only two rules. First of all, participate in Kahoot quiz, and then actively share this C's and on LinkedIn and Twitter. So on the basis of that, we will share these swags to our winners at the end of this in means upcoming 2 or 3 days. Or okay, so without wasting time, let's get started. So I am your host for today. My name is Sushant. I am a 8x certified. I'm a group leader of New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. I'm also a creator and a founder of Talent Central. I'm also a lightning champion, a journey to Salesforce mentor, and working in Salesforce domain since 3 years. These are some couple of sessions initiatives, so we are working on within a New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group umbrella. So uh, New Delhi Salesforce Group Developer Group originated in the beginning of 2016 in February. These are some our Twitter handles. You are most of them you are already familiar about this. So I want to share, like, this is at in the end of this slide. You can see we have our official website, New Delhi SFDC. You can visit our website, and where you can find our past sessions as well as our upcoming sessions. And Impact Salesforce Saturday, you all are familiar with. This is a series of online sessions that we usually conduct on every Saturdays, and now we also trying to uh, have some sessions on Sundays as well. And so we are running this initiative since a long 2 or 3 years, and but now we are more extensively working on this, and we always try to don't never miss any Saturdays or Sundays, and we always try to connect with you on every weekend and share some knowledge with the help of our experts in like Eric in our Salesforce Trailblazer communities. So you can check out this link. We have around 5 or 7 series already completed, and also we have completed some standalone sessions. So that will be really beneficial for you. Visit this once if you want to learn something new. Talent Central, Talent. This is one of the newest initiative. Uh, we have launched in our Salesforce Indian Salesforce community. This is only for Indian Salesforce ecosystem right now. This is a portal where HRs and students can register themselves, and HRs can select some new Salesforce freshers, and they can provide some jobs. At the same time, students can register themselves on this portal and manage their profiles over there, add their achievements, add their certifications, add their academics uh, details over there, so that their resumes can easily shortlisted by our registered HRs, and they can easily get some job. So this is the link talentcentralglobal.com. You can, if you are not registered on this website and you are looking for a job in Salesforce ecosystem, so this website will definitely work for you. Mentorship Central. Mentorship Central is again one of the oldest initiative running by our New Delhi Salesforce developer group. The credit all goes to Atul. Atul is managing this awesome initiative from so long. I think it's more than 4 years long, and we have this is again a site, a matchmaking site where a mentor and mentee can register themselves, and mentors can share their knowledge with their mentees, so that mentees can grow in Salesforce ecosystem and they can have their awesome careers. So this is our official Salesforce Mentorship Central link. You can visit there, register themselves. If you have some skills and if you want to share your knowledge, you can register as a mentor. And if you want to learn something new, and if you want to start your career in Salesforce, that definitely you can register with you as a mentee and start your career. So finally, this is not an official New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group initiative. This is a initiative running by our Indian Dev Relation team, uh, 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 residing in Salesforce Hyderabad. So Journey to Salesforce. So again, it's a series of trail mixes where you can complete it's a like mix series on Trailhead. You can complete that series, and then you will get a chance to win lots of swag certification voucher if you are eligible. And then again, they uh, Indian Dev Relation team also helps you to connect with their partner companies, so that you can get your job in Salesforce system through their initiative called Employer Connect. So Salesforce Dev Relation team also running their weekly newsletter. So this is the URL. So if I show some glimpse of this, let me share. So hope you are able to see my screen. So this is a weekly newsletter posted by our Salesforce developer team. So they will post this newsletter every week. So go through this newsletter. You will get to know what are some trendy newses or hot newses currently going on in Salesforce ecosystem. So currently you see Salesforce MVP nominations are has been started. So if you know someone to whom you want to be a Salesforce MVP, you can nominate it themselves. And these are all the things, and you can see the community spotlight. So what are the initiatives going on in Salesforce? So you can see Impact Salesforce Saturday is also one of the things where Salesforce developer team recognize this session today, what happening today, and again lots of things. So this is a really useful uh, weekly newsletter. So go through this and you will get to know more about this. Again, at last, these are some official channels. So follow us on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and we also have our Telegram group. So if you want to get some instant updates, then join us on Telegram. We frequently post some updates what we have from Salesforce ecosystem on our Telegram channel. Again, I would like to thank our sponsors, Cloud Vandana and Grey Opus, for all their immense support and for helping us out in running our new Delhi developer group. So that's all from my end. Eric, over to you. Please go ahead.
Fantastic. Let me share my screen.
Sure.
All right. Hopefully you're seeing the title slide.
Yes.
Awesome. Then let's get started. All right. Well, like Sushant said, I am Eric Dreshfield. I am currently the Strategic Partner Marketing Manager at ActiveCampaign, and my entire job is focused on the relationship between ActiveCampaign as a company and Salesforce as a company. We are a Salesforce partner. My job also focuses in on managing the relationship between ActiveCampaign and all of you, the members of the Salesforce community. So I have a fun job. I get to spend my days figuring out how to get ActiveCampaign more involved in the Salesforce community. So it's an awesome position. I really am enjoying it so far. So what we're going to talk about today, we're going to give some definitions about what marketing is, what sales enablement is, what sales means, and what is success. And then we will talk about privilege, diversity, inclusion, and then the results that utilizing a diverse workforce can help bring to your organization. So first thing we want to do is define marketing. So marketing's job, pretty simple, get more leads into the organization. And that's it. I mean, it's probably a little more than that in reality, but that's the ultimate goal from a marketing perspective, is bring new leads into the company that will then hopefully be turn into opportunities that can then be funneled through and made into a sale. So how does marketing work? Sales or marketing sends their message out into the world through social media posts, through blog posts, email campaigns, participating in events, real live and in-person events if they take place, and virtual events as well. So the next thing to talk about is sales enablement. And that is really anything that helps increase chances of a lead becoming a qualified lead. And by qualified lead, what most companies generally mean is they figured out that the person that they are now talking to is the right person at one of their target companies, or they are a target persona of a particular buyer. They have certain traits that they're looking for in a person they want to have a conversation with. Sometimes leads are qualified based upon their job title. Sometimes they're qualified based upon the size of their company, perhaps, or sometimes it's possible they may qualify leads based upon gender, sexual orientation, what country you live in, you name it. Companies can literally qualify you on whatever they feel is appropriate for the message they're trying to deliver and the product or service that they're trying to sell. So what do you think sales would be then, right? Sales is pretty obvious to me. It seems like once a lead has been qualified, it's now an opportunity, and that's where sales starts. The sales process is the conversation between the company and the prospect, and the entire process of getting that individual or that company to say, yes, I want your product and I'm willing to pay for it. So the acronyms you see on the chalkboard on the meme back there, the AIDA is attention, interest, decision. I think it said decision. Yes, and action. And that's kind of the process of what a sale really is. You need to get their attention to gain their interest, to help them guide a decision. And then once you have that, then there's the action, of course, of closing the sale. And, as a salesperson, you want to always be closing. You want to always get someone to sign the dotted line and get the sale done. So from a salesperson perspective, perhaps the definition of success might be a closed deal. Someone signed the dotted line, they are now a customer. From a different perspective in your company, the definition of what success is may be different. Probably the company's viewpoint, or at least the finance department and maybe your CEO, the definition of success may be, is it a profitable deal? Is the company going to make some money off of this particular client or this customer? If not, maybe the discount that was offered was too high, and there are things that they need to perhaps review for the next opportunity. But every individual's definition of success is a little bit different. Your definition of success might mean one thing. It might be something totally different than mine. Depending on everyone's role at their organizations, success may actually have nothing to do with the closing of an opportunity. So it's a very personal thing, what success really is. So let's take a quick step back and just kind of review what we've done so far. Marketing, bring the leads in, right? Sales enablement, convert those leads over to an opportunity and get the sales process started. Sales itself, I guess you could say sales is show me the money. It looks like I had those two going in the wrong order, but that's okay. And then, get the deal signed and close the deal. But I'm curious if anyone caught on to what's going on here. Think about the title of the session and the word diversity being in the session. On this particular screen that you're looking at, do you see a lot of diversity? Anybody want to feel free to jump to go into the chat if you want and put a comment in there. Let me know what you're seeing, what you're thinking as far as how diverse what you see on the screen currently is. I've got my thoughts. Give everybody a few seconds here if anybody wants to chime in with some observations. And if not, that's fine. We'll just keep moving. So the obvious thing to me, the two people that you actually see you see enough of the people to identify, they're both male, they're both white. The two hands you also see appear to be white. So where is the diversity on this slide? It does not exist. And I did that on purpose, just to highlight the fact that in the technology world, the stereotypical company tends to be run by white men. Whether that's right or wrong, it's how it tends to happen. I think the industry is moving further away from that and trending away, which is fantastic. So what does that really mean? That means people have privileges. Simply put, privilege is having access to benefits based upon traits that you possess that you can't control. So the color of your skin is a trait you can't control. Whether you are male or female is something that's mostly not controllable. There are ways to identify yourself as one gender or another that can change that a little bit. Think about it this way: you don't choose your parents, so some things you can't choose and you can't control. But there's a lot more to privilege than the visible traits about an individual that you can see. So let's dive in a little deeper into what privilege really means. I discovered this privilege continuum when I was researching this topic for this session. And it's part of a TEDx talk by a guy named Justin Ford. And you can see the citation down there at the bottom. And he defined privilege as a continuum. And what he said was that all of us fit into this privilege continuum in some way. We may have privilege in one or more of the categories on this screen, but not necessarily all of them. for me, for example, I'm an able-bodied white male. All of those things tend to equate to privilege in a lot of conversations in a lot of places. Some of you on that are sitting in on this session, chances are there's some women in the session. That could be viewed as a privilege as well, depending on the situation. Obviously, we have some racial and ethnic diversity going on in this session. I am not from India. You all are, I'm assuming. I don't know that for a fact, but that indicates some sort of privilege as well, depending on the circumstances of where you are. So, you know, the privilege that I have as a white male in the United States, for the most part, I can pretty much go anywhere, do anything I want, and I don't have to worry about things getting weird, going strange, or having some conflict. I'm able-bodied as well, so I don't have to worry about is there a ramp for me to go up, because I can walk upstairs, so I don't have to that aspect of privilege as well. I mean, that's something else that I do have. But you know, it's not the case for a lot of people. In the United States, for example, 200 years ago, slavery still existed. The wealthy white people owned black slaves. President Lincoln abolished slavery around 150 years ago. And unfortunately, a lot of those racist beliefs behind that slavery notion are still very much in existence in this country. We unfortunately see that all too often in the news when a person of color gets arrested or killed or is doing anything that a normal individual would do, going outside for some exercise, going for a run. Sometimes for whatever reason that gets them into trouble, even though they're not doing anything wrong. It's a misinterpretation of things that are happening. So how do we overcome the negative side of this privilege? What can we as people do, as companies? What can we do to better this and make privilege something that's more of an equalizer rather than a unique trait, and something that gives people an advantage? So that's where diversity comes into play. It really goes hand in hand with privilege. If you're striving for a diverse organization, you need to think about your organization kind of like a bingo card. And I learned this, the little conversation piece, from Mary Scotton, who is at Salesforce. Probably most of you are aware of Mary. She introduced me to the concept of what she called diversify your feed. And I would believe it was like in 2015 or 2014 when she presented on this. And she suggested that we all take a physical card with squares on it, and in each square we write down a trait about an individual, the color of their skin, their religion, if they're a developer or an admin or an end user, if they're male, if they're female, if they are gender non-binary, and fill up a card with all these various traits that humans can have. And then as you're going through an event and you're meeting people, or if you're looking at your Twitter feed and you're trying to figure out how diversified your particular Twitter feed is, check off people who match these traits on your card. And when you discover you're still missing some check marks on your box, on the boxes on your card, then go out and specifically find people that match those traits that you're missing the check marks by. So going out and trying to find people that are not like you can help you diversify your feed, can help you become a more diverse individual, and help you then be able to share your privilege with those people and help everyone grow because of that. So remember, not everybody looks like you, not everybody worships like you or thinks like you or loves like you, but everybody here is human, and we're all in this human race together. So like my slide kind of says, it's everybody, really, absolutely everyone. So the next thought that comes to mind, that tends to go along with diversity, is inclusion. And so what really is inclusion? It's kind of the action or the state of including, or the state of being included within a group or a structure. Now that seems a little a little weird, I suppose, to use part of the term in the definition. That always kind of bothered me a little bit. But I guess if you want to think about what it means to be included in something, perhaps think about maybe when you were young and you were trying to play sports and maybe you weren't very good at it. And when it came time for the captains to pick their teams, or the team managers to get people on the ball field and actually in the game and getting some action, maybe you were like me when you were a kid and you weren't very good at sports. You were always the last person chosen for a team, or you sat on the bench most of the game and didn't see any play time. That didn't really feel good, did it? You weren't comfortable with that. It didn't make you feel really nice. Um, so on the other side of that, if you are in an event or an activity or at a company that really values diversity and inclusion, no matter what's going on at that particular place, you're going to have a comfort level. It's going to feel good. You're going to feel safe. And shouldn't everybody really have that chance to feel comfortable where they are and to feel like they're in a safe place? Now, I know probably some of you out there are thinking that's really cool. That's really great. But what's in it for me and what's in it for my company? Or perhaps if you have financial responsibility at your organization, you're probably also thinking, what's it going to cost me or my company? And unfortunately, that's when reality hits. There really is a cost probably to this. Although, the way I look at it, it's not really a cost to be diverse and inclusive. It's more like an investment that you're making in the future success of your organization. And it's only a cost, in my opinion, when you're not diverse and inclusive. So when you wrap all this together, and you want to talk about what an organization can see and what are some of the benefits of being a diverse and inclusive organization, these results are things that I've gathered from a study that I found from the Center for American Progress. And what they say, diverse and inclusive organizations, generally speaking, see economic growth. If you recruit from a diverse pool of candidates, you get more qualified workforce. You get a much bigger pool of candidates to bring into your organization. What this diverse and inclusive workforce helps the business avoid is costs for employee turnover. The company invests a lot of time and money in hiring and training new employees. And if they don't have to hire and train new employees as often, that saves the company time. It saves the company money. And also probably the biggest thing that I personally have enjoyed by being involved with diversity is that the more diverse your organization is and the more inclusive your organization it is, the more variety you see in creative solutions, and it fosters innovation, and everybody seems to be working towards a common goal. and and it's really impressive what everybody can do when you get to that point. So what can you do as an individual? That's probably the next question a lot of you are thinking. First off, you have to be aware of your own biases and your own privilege. And when you discover that you are doing something that doesn't fit in with being diverse and inclusive, you need to correct yourself. Um, Sometimes when people are speaking to a crowd, regardless of whether the crowd is all male or not, or female or whatever, some people will use the term guys when they're referring to everyone. I mean, it's a pretty common usage of the term. Although, if you are female, you may get offended by the term guys. If you're gender neutral or non-binary, that still may offend you as well. So realize when you're not necessarily addressing people properly, I guess is maybe the easiest way to word that. Um, One of the other things that you can do is to become a mentor, and look specifically to mentor people who have different traits than you do, or who display different facets from you on that privilege continuum that we talked about. Um, Me, for example, I do mentor a lot of individuals through the Salesforce ecosystem. Um, Most of them tend to be female or tend to be people of color, neither of which are traits that I personally have. I don't know if it happens coincidentally or if I do that on purpose. I just enjoy the conversations, and I really don't usually tell anyone no. If they shoot me an email and say, "Hey, I've got a question. Can I get 15 minutes of your time for a conversation?" So look for people who don't look like you if you're looking to be a mentor, and try to help them um, gain strength within the ecosystem. Check out the Diversify Your Feed podcast that I was talking about earlier in the presentation. When I share this deck with you, that's actually a link that'll take you to the Salesforce Admins podcast where Mary Scotton talks all about it. And then, of course, lend your privilege when you can, which basically means you're helping others who come from the less diverse backgrounds or the less privileged backgrounds than what you have. Um, Help them by speaking up when you hear something discriminatory, or simply give them an opportunity if you have the ability to do so to help them grow. So that's the end of what I have for a presentation. In the deck as well, when I share it, you will see several different links here on this last slide, and these are some of the resources that I use to take some of my information from to build this deck. So certainly check some of those out if you would like to learn more. And thanks for allowing me to join your meeting today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric, for like explaining how important the diversification in your workforce is, and it's really you are absolutely correct. Like there should be a diversification in your workforce, because if you always work with a person or a group of people who is as similar as you, then like you are not able to learn something new or learn something out of the box. There should be a variety of peoples in your group who can think different from your what you are thinking about, so that you can have some unique ideas. And on if you have some unique ideas, some different ideas, then on the basis of that, your team definitely build something unique. So
Right,
that's
right.
yeah.
And when that happens,
Hmm.
you're not the only one growing uh, based upon that. Everyone at your company and your organization is going to experience some growth by seeing that.
Right. All right. Okay, guys. So let's go for a Kahoot quiz. I know we have a very limited audience today. They are all busy with their Diwali celebrations, but no worries. Uh, let's get started with our quiz and have some fun. Let me share my screen really quick. Eric, let me know when you are able to see my screen.
Yep, I've got it.
Okay. So, guys, here's the game pin. You can join the game. Anyone else we are missing? or anyone have facing some issues getting in the game? All right, so let's get started. Okay, still people are
There are
joining.
a couple others, yeah, that just mentioned in the chat that they're still working on trying to join.
Okay, let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes more.
Looks like we're just missing one person at the moment now who's working on it.
Lalita says, wait, wait, wait. Okay, no worries, Lalita, we are waiting for you. Let me check. Megha joined, Gautam joined, Lalita joined, Vineet, Vineet joined, Venkatesh joined, Divya joined. I guess everybody joined. So let's get started, guys. Let me close everything and good luck. All right. So name a term, design, or symbol that uniquely identify a product, a company, a person, and it's known as brand. So most of you answered correctly. Well played. Let's see who is on the top. Jagdeep, Venkatesh, and Mega. Keep going, guys. What is the Eric's nickname in the Salesforce ecosystem? I guess it's the free giveaway. Yes, Kevin Bacon. So, Eric, can you explain why you are known as the Kevin Bacon?
Sure. I believe it was Dreamforce 2015. I was standing in line with a friend of mine to get into a session in the crowded hallways of Moscone. And we were just talking, and Lori said, "You know, Eric, every time I need to know who to talk to about a specific topic, and I don't know who it is," she said, I always seem to ask you. And Lori said, "You know, you
Mhm.
either know the answer to who I should talk to, or you know someone who knows the answer that I should talk to get
Mhm.
my questions answered." And Lori said, "It's like you're Kevin Bacon." And you know, there's this thing out there that called the Oracle of Kevin Bacon, where he's less than 6 degrees away from everybody in the world. And
Ah,
I guess Lori felt that I was the same within the Salesforce ecosystem. And so I just grabbed a hold of that and kind of stuck with it and claimed the title for myself. And I guess
awesome.
it works. So lots of people do seem to know who I am.
Awesome. So you have answer of all solutions, right? Problems means.
I know a lot of people. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question. SF99 is the personal brand of which person? Ben McCarthy, Steve Mollis, David Liu, and Jennifer Lee. SF99. You also see some t-shirt, some hoodies as well. Yeah, David Liu. Gautam playing well, along with Jagdeep and Divya. Mega slip slide. down, but no worries. We have lots of questions upcoming. So we focus. How can you start a personal brand? Write a blog. All right, let's see. All right, so Mega is now on second position. Very well played. Keep going. How can you build a personal brand? So the answer is follow your passion. Slight change in second and third position. Lots of questions still going on. Which organization does Eric support with Dreamforce Newbie Breakfast? So the answer is Project Night. Night. What can come from a strong personal brand? So the answer is become a mentor. Let's see who is on the top. So Gautam still on top, Mega's on second, and Jagdeep is on third. Vinit is also playing really well. Keep going, guys. Question number 8. Marketing job is dash fill in the blanks. Get more leads. No change on the podium. It's still Gautam is on top, Mega on second, and Jagdeep on third. What does sales enablement do? All right, let's see. So now Divya jumped to position 4, and very well played, Divya. Keep going. How do you define success in your life? So there's change in our position first, and now Mega is on top with 6,677 points. Very well played. So here's the next question. So next question. Question number 12. What is the category where one can gain privileges? Options gender, ability. So all four are correct.
This was a trick question.
Yeah. Question number 13, guys. Who introduced the idea of diversify your feed to Eric? So the answer is Mary Scotton. Jagdeep on second, Megha on first, and Gautam on third. Question number 14. It's a true false. Can you diversity without inclusion? Can we have diversity without inclusion? The answer is no, and most of you answered correctly. So the final question of this quiz, here you go. How can you help? This is a really important question. How can you help in our Trailblazer community? So the answer is be aware and interrupt your own bias, lead your privileges, and help open door for others. What our Travelers community is always doing. That's why it's growing really faster, and that's why we have this kind of awesome sessions happening in entire world. So thank you so much for all our experts and our speakers, Traveler community participants, because all of them also these communities events are possible. So let's see who is on the top of podium. So on third, we have Divya. On second, we have Jagdeep. And on third, we have Mega. Congratulations to the winners. And our runner-up are Gautam and Venkatesh. So guys, the one more update. So as I see, we have very few audience right today. So what we have decided, like we will give away swags to all the participants who joined today. All right, so I would like everyone to share your email IDs with us so that we can like send you the some one email, and on email you can share your address details. So finally, I would like to thank Eric. Thank you so much, Eric, for your time and for these two awesome sessions you have provided. These are really lots of things. See, every community groups are running. There are some technical sessions, but the sessions what you delivered to us is something like related to some reality, what is going on in a real world, and how peoples are working, how peoples are behaving, how the real culture is nowadays in this IT sector. So this is really our trailblazer community should also have to learn these things along with the technical aspect as well, because at last you have to work with a workforce, you have to work with a human, so you have to know how human thinks, what are the problems, and how you can work as a good team member in a group. So these are really awesome sessions you have delivered. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you for inviting me. I do appreciate that.
Awesome. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining today's session. And we wish you a very happy Diwali. Stay safe, stay healthy with your friends. And again, Eric, thank you so much. And from India, from an entire Indian Trailblazer community group, we wish you and your family a very happy Diwali, and stay safe and stay healthy and enjoy your moments with your family.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So Derek, sorry, Eric, if you want to drop, you can drop. I will collect some email IDs from our participants, and then we will wrap the session.
Sounds fantastic. Happy Diwali, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, Eric. Bye. Have a great day. So, guys, just bear with me. I am just collecting the details from chat, and then we will wrap up this session. So guys, if you like this session, or somehow this Impact Salesforce Saturday initiative is helping you guys, so be promote this session on Twitter so that we can get some motivations from you, and definitely we are working to have some awesome sessions in future as well. So I have collected all the details. I hope everyone shared their email IDs, and if you are done with that, then you can like drop from the session. And again, thank you so much for joining. Have a safe Diwali. Enjoy with your family. Thank you.